Okay, so today what I want to show you is how to do something simple like make this little playing piece for a game. I want to make this piece so that it sits nicely on like a 25 by 25 millimeter square, like on a chess set or something. This is actually 20 millimeters, and I think I made it about 25 or 30 millimeters high, and it's perfectly symmetrical and round, so it's an easy part to make. And we're going to use it using Revolve, which is a handy, super fast tool for making simple symmetrical parts like this. So let's get started. I'm actually going to make exactly this piece right here again. I'm going to duplicate this particular piece, but I'll do it from scratch. So I'm going to create a new document, and I'm going to call this my Revolve example. Oh, example. Okay. And put it right there. Okay. So I'm going to work on this piece from the front. I'm just going to work on it standing straight up. So I'm actually, for the moment, I'm going to hide my top and I'm going to hide my right. There we go. And let's just look straight on with the front. So I'm going to click on this front right here. And so now I'm looking right on the front, and I'm going to right click. I can either click on this and then select the front, or I can just right click this and create a new sketch. Okay, so here's my working surface right on this plane. And I'm going to start by making myself a handy sort of construction line. This is a line that's going to be used just for my reference. It's not going to be part of the product. It's just a handy reference point. I'm just going to go right through the center. You can see I got that straight line down there. It's perfectly perpendicular. Went right through the center. And then I'm going to come over here. I need to stop it, so I'm going to right click again and hit escape. I could just hit escape on the keyboard as well a couple of times. That would have cleared it. And now what I want to do is I'm going to build my first little piece of the base right down here, the little 3 millimeter rim. And I'm going to do that by choosing my rectangle tool. I'm going to choose a center point rectangle. And what I want it to do is I want it to click on this construction line. It'll turn orange when I'm on the line. And I'm just going to drag it out something. Okay. And here is where I can go ahead and put in the dimensions. Like I said, I want it to be 20. See how that 33.91 is already highlighted? I can just type in 20. All right. And now it jumps automatically to the other one. I think I want to make it 3 millimeters high. And boom, now I have this 20 by 3 millimeter line. I'm going to go ahead and drag that off. By the way, I hit escape a couple of times just to make sure I wasn't going to draw another rectangle. Now I am going to draw another rectangle, though. I want to draw another rectangle. It's sort of a reference right up the middle here. So I'm going to select it again. And I'm going to choose some point. And I'm going to make it so it clicks onto that top surface. It turned orange. And I think I'll make it, I don't know, I'll make it 3 millimeters wide. This is just sort of like a building stick by 25. Okay. Now I want to do this curve right here. Okay. I'll get a little closer so you can see it. I'm going to do that curve right there. So in that case, I'm going to choose the curve tool, and I'm going to go with the conic right here. And from there, I'm going to click on this corner, and then I'm just going to drag that into some kind of cool location, maybe a little tight like that. Okay. And now I need a circle. And I'm just going to put a ball right up on top. I'm going to make it go, actually I'll make it a little big, and then I'll show you how I'm going to cut it. Like that. Okay. So I've got my basic pieces. Now what I need to do is I got to take this construction line and actually make it into a real line. So I'm going to choose this line tool again. I'm going to I need to make sure it's not a construction line. Okay, so it's not highlighted. And I'm going to go right up here to those. See how it lit up those two reference points there? So I'm going to click it, and I'm going to go down, and I want to make sure it hits that line right there in the center. Okay. And once again, I'm off to the side. I'm going to right click and hit escape. So now I've got my basic shell. It's time to, I'm going to want to revolve it, so I need to clean up all the junk on one side. So I'm going to take my trim tool and I'm going to start deleting everything on this side of the line. Okay, I'm going to do that first. Okay, now I need to get rid of the junk that's in here. Okay, so I want to spin this sucker around. So I need to get rid of all this extra stuff so it just becomes a solid. And in fact, I got to get rid of that. Oh, I even got to get rid of that. There we go. Okay, we are ready to spin it. So I'm going to say OK because the sketching is done. I'm going to click on this surface. I'm going to go over here to my revolve. And it's going to revolve on axes. And I'm going to click on my axes. Boom. And I'm going to say OK. And voila. You can see that I now have constructed my piece. Okay, I'm going to go take a look at it in a nice isometric view. We'll zoom in on it. And you can see I've designed not an exact one of these because I didn't make measurements, but it's close. You got the basic idea how you would do that. And if I wanted to, I could now just take and select this whole thing. I can right click it. I can export it. And I can export it as an STL, give it a name. I'll call it game piece 2. And when I export it, it'll pop up down there and I can ready to import that into my 3D printer software. Okay, so hopefully that is what you need to know. And oh, I should show you this actually. Let's spend one last minute. So if I wanted to, I can actually change some of the parameters. Let me bring this back here. Whoop, okay. Let me select it all. Alright, let's bring this down. What I want to show you is that I can take this and kind of cut a little edge on that. So I'm going to take and highlight this rim right there, and then I can use my fillet, and in this case I've set it for 2 millimeters, and I can change that. I can't go too far. Let's see if 3 works. Yep. Okay, and there you go. And now I've rounded it off really nicely. All right, so hopefully that was useful, and obviously I'll see you again soon.